Hey guys, so in this video I wanted to address something I was talking about with one of my friends over the weekend, and that is, do I ever regret becoming a CNA? And I honestly don't even know how we ended up getting on this topic because it's kind of like out there. Um, but yeah, somehow we landed on this topic and whatever, I'm going to address it. So there are certain things that I regret about becoming a CNA, but I don't actually regret becoming a CNA. What I regret is not like following through on my plan to progress to nursing school and progress in the field of nursing further. Like, I became a CNA in 2016. So we're coming up on 5 years of me being a CNA. And my initial plan when I became a CNA was to work as a CNA for a year and go back to nursing school. Now, shortly after becoming a CNA, I started doing prerequisites for the nursing program at my local community college. I was going to go for LPN and see if I actually enjoy being a nurse and then make the decision on whether I wanted to become an RN. So obviously that didn't happen because I'm still a CNA, although now I've added a couple more credentials to my name. One, and one is in progress. I'm a certified phlebotomy technician, and hopefully, as of Friday, hopefully I will be a certified clinical medical assistant. So I don't, I actually loved being able to interact with the elderly population. I love hearing all their advice and their wisdom and some of their jokes. Like, some of these elderly people are some of the most hilarious people I have ever met. And I don't know if that's just life, like the way that they've dealt with their life. They come out with a sense of humor about a lot of things. I don't know if that's the case, but I don't regret becoming a CNA. I regret not progressing quicker, like following the actual plan that I had set for myself before I even became a CNA. I also, like, I've gone back and forth on whether I actually wanted to stay in the nursing field. And, like, when I was younger, I really, really, really wanted to be a nurse. Like, that was my big goal. And then I became a CNA and I kind of saw some of the things that nurses do. And I've obviously encountered quite a few negative examples of nurses. But then I've also encountered a lot of positive examples of nurses also. And it has me like torn on whether I would rather track into medicine itself and not nursing, or whether I want to go into nursing and, continue in the nursing field. Because originally my plan was to be an LPN. If I liked it, eventually progress to RN, and then progress to nurse practitioner. That was my plan all along. But, obviously I kind of got stuck in the whole CNA role, and I regret wasting that many years of my life when I could have just become a medical assistant instead and been working in this field for longer and not screwed up my back, screwed up my knee, my shoulder. Like, whoever tells you that being a CNA is an easy job, they're lying to you, because physically, this is one of the hardest jobs I've ever had, being a CNA. Mentally, this can be one of the hardest jobs that you will ever have. And I feel like a lot of my issues mentally with being a CNA come from working in dementia or with hospice patients. Like, behaviors and sundowning can really just grind my gears, and it can be very, very taxing emotionally, physically, mentally on a person. So I don't regret becoming a CNA because, like I said, I've learned a lot of new skills. I've learned a lot about myself. I've gained a basic knowledge of the nursing field. I've gained medical knowledge from being a CNA. Would I do it differently if I had the chance to go back and do it differently? Yes, I would have gone for medical assistant first and not CNA, but as someone else requested, I will make a separate video talking more about the differences between working as a CNA versus working as a medical assistant. I don't regret becoming a CNA. I just regret staying a CNA for as long as I did. I honestly don't understand how people can stay a CNA for like decades. Like my first CNA job working on the memory care unit, there was this lady who was just under 70 years old, and she was still working as a CNA, and she told me she'd been a CNA for like 40 years. I don't understand. Like, I don't get how you can do it for that long. Which, I mean, obviously, to each their own. If you really love the profession that much, then I guess it might be easy for people to stay in it that long. But I personally know that I cannot. And that's partially because of my medical conditions and partially because of the injuries that I've gotten from being a CNA. I have scars on my arms from 100-year-old dementia patients, like scratching me, biting me, kicking me. Like, it's a lot. Digging their nails in. But I still loved what I did. I'm not working as a CNA anymore. I have no plans to work as a CNA anymore unless it's like on an agency basis or home health, where it's not somebody that is going to be super like behavior-ish, like maybe somebody who needs like assistance, standby assistance or something. But physically I can't handle being a CNA and doing CNA work anymore. And that was part of the reason why I decided to become a medical assistant. But I do not regret becoming a CNA. I think that the knowledge and experience and skills that I have gained from being a CNA has made me a better person. It's made me look at the world in a different way. It has made me understand like what's important in life. Like family is so important, and the people that you choose to surround yourself with is so important. The choices that you make in your life are so important. For example, when I was working on the trach unit, there was a young woman, not even in her 30s yet, not even in her 20s yet, who had overdosed on drugs, and she was on a trach and will be on a trach probably for the rest of her life because she ended up overdosing. And it's just really sad. Like, I couldn't imagine going through that as a parent, or even like as the person who's having to live that way for the rest of their life at such a young age. But anyways, I kind of got off track there. No, I don't regret becoming a CNA, but I see myself progressing on a different track now, and I like where I see my life going. So hopefully as of Friday, I can say that I'm a medical assistant certified. So anyways, if there's any other topics you'd like me to address on my channel in a future video, let me know and I can film something for you. And I'll talk to you guys again in my next one.